word. My name is Livi D, and I'm a member of the Royal Holloway Gospel Choir, but also one of the organisers of this event. I just want to say a really huge thank you for coming. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but I really am amazed by how many people have turned up, and thank you. I'd just like to say a bit about why we've organised this. On the night of the 21st of September 2011, I was actually out with a group of friends, and for the whole night we all had our phones by us. We were all constantly checking because, like so many times before, we were expecting to get that email a couple of hours before that his case had been changed. He had a stay of execution. After following the case avidly for so long, writing letters, writing emails, and constantly receiving emails back that said within an hour or 2 hours of his execution he'd been delayed or he'd been stayed, I was sort of naively expecting the same thing again. At the scheduled time of execution, I was still waiting, and then we discovered that it had been delayed. And again, this felt kind of like deja vu, and I actually felt quite optimistic and quite relieved. From midnight until 5 AM, however, I stayed awake, completely absorbed in the Democracy Now! Broadcast. I don't know how many of you saw this, but this was the broadcast held on the grounds of Georgia State Prison, where Troy was held and has been held for 20 years. And at 4 AM our time, he was executed. The speakers we have tonight will talk a little bit more about the case in detail, but I just wanted to explain a little bit about what we're hoping to achieve. As I watched the broadcast, there were really, really horrible moments. Specifically, one of those moments was when the crowd thought that he had been granted a stay of execution. This was revealed to be false, and it was incredibly heartbreaking to watch the reactions of the crowd and to watch the interviewer herself. However, what happened at that point was that everyone started singing, and the sounds of gospel music became really audible, and the singing began to get louder. And it was really clear that the music was the people there's way of finding hope, staying strong, and of showing solidarity. And that is the reason why I asked the gospel choir to perform today, and they'll be performing a bit later. As I continued watching that evening, I became absolutely determined that this injustice should never be allowed to fade away. There were countless people on the grounds of the prison that night who were there to say, "Not in my name." People emailed through Amnesty, and the prison blocked the emails. People emailed from their own addresses, and they blocked the emails. People started calling the prison, and the prison wouldn't take calls. They knew that they were acting against the wishes of thousands and thousands of people all over the world, and yet the execution took place. I would like to just repeat the words of Ben Jealous, who is the head of the NAACP, who was interviewed by Democracy Now! And he said, "Those of us who knew Troy Davis, who sat with him, who talked with him, know that he was someone who was full of love for his family, for humanity, and for a cause that he was born into, that is, the movement for civil rights in America. He was someone who said, 'This movement started before I died, and whatever happens on the 21st, it must continue.'" From when the broadcast shot off at 5 AM, me and a lot of other people I know were absolutely determined that Amnesty's message, the NAACP's message, and finally Troy Davis's message should not die that night. This is our chance to stand in solidarity with his family, with Amnesty, and with thousands of people worldwide who waited and watched with disbelief as something unbelievable and devastating was carried out. This is our chance to say that the case is not forgotten. There are people who want real answers, but most of all, this is our chance to say, "Not in our name." Thank you. And just a couple of notes. During this vigil, we are taking photographs, and it is our hope that we will be able to get them developed and sent to the family of Troy Davis, along with a letter from those people who'd like to sign it. We're also going after this to Englefield Green, and we hope you'll join us. We're going to have a lantern release. All along the pews, there are labels and pens. If you think of anything that you would like to say, they will be stuck to the lanterns, just as a final message, if anyone wants to do that. Excuse me. Yeah, so that's our final gesture, but it'd be really great if you could join us. Now I'm going to ask Daniel, the president of the SURHUL, to say something. Thank you.
Not very good with microphones, so if I don't speak into it, I do apologise in advance. Hello everyone. Thank you for inviting me to speak today at the memorial. It's a privilege to speak. And well done to Livi for putting it together. It's wonderful. Today I wanted to explore the case against Troy Davis, the question of the death penalty today, and then also historically. So that's how I'm going to map things out. Troy Davis spent more than 3/4 of his adult life in the shadow of the execution chamber for a crime he didn't commit. The claim is that Davis murdered a police officer outside of Burger King in 1989. A police officer who had come outside to defend someone against a homeless person against attack. However, the lack of any serious substantial evidence is scandalous. No gun has been found, no DNA linking him to the scene, and the ballistic testing from the case has been shown to be flawed. Most evidence is testimony-based. There's no forensic evidence, there's no security camera footage, and there's no murder weapon. And again, this even worsens. 3/4 of the witnesses involved in the case recanted their lines, and it has been found that they went under intense pressure from the police. When I began to think about what I was going to say today, I started to look at some of the witness statement withdrawals, and some of them are particularly striking. A 15-year-old picked up by the police that night has since described his police interrogation like this. Over the next couple of hours, 3 or so officers questioned me. At first they called me a motherfucker and told me that I had shot the officer. They told me that I was going to the electric chair. They got in my face and yelled at me. I just kept telling them that I didn't do anything, but they weren't hearing that. After 4 or 5 hours, they told me to sign some papers. I just wanted to get the hell out of there. I didn't read what they told me to sign, and they didn't ask me to.